Welcome to the Flyer Mark II. So we want to go to those points up here. Pretty far away, so I need plenty of fuel. We have plenty of fuel. What's it going backwards? Let's put the brakes on. We also have 4 cockpits. The reason I've got 4 cockpits is I need to do 4 crew reports, and I can only have 1 crew report per cockpit. Now, someone did say that you can actually take the crew report out and then put it back in. But to do that, I actually have to get out the crew capsule, and I plan to be flying until the very last one. So I need, kind of a minimum, unless I'm going to put down every time, of 3. And I'm going to go for 4, because that means I don't have to necessarily worry about getting back into the right one or whatever. But it is useful. So we're going to be taking all of our crew, Jeb, Bill, Bob, and Val with us. It's going to be rather full. And we're going to try and fly. We're going to do those things. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it back. It's going to take a lot of fuel to get up there. I've got 2 sets of wings. The reason for this is because I want to be able to glide, so I want to be able to use a minimum amount of fuel. I want to have a very low speed at which I come into the contact of the ground, because actually one of these up here is a ground survey, EVA report. There we go, that one there. So I want to be able to, take that nice and slow and land as possible, because I don't know what the terrain is going to be like. It might well be horrible terrain. We've also got parachutes in case we need to use the parachutes to hit the terrain. And that's just to sort out our staging, because it's terrible at the moment. In addition, if we go into, a terrible problem spin or whatever, we can always use the parachutes to try and sort that out. There aren't enough to really fully prevent a crash landing, but there are enough to be able to make sure we'll probably come back in one piece, or at least it won't be too bad. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started, yeah. Come on. We're gonna move? Or we could not. We're generating thrust. My guess is that these are getting in the way. Really? Our tail fins can completely negate our thrust. Interesting. Okay, did not know that. I'd assumed that the air would flow over it. If anything, it would give us more control. But okay, I need to do a redesign. So I'll be back in a minute with a redesign, and maybe we'll just stick with 1 engine or something next time, and make it a bit simpler. Okay, so this is our new craft. It only has 1 engine, it has no parachutes, and it has 2 struts holding the side sections together. Let's just head off the runway for now. And I've got everyone on board, finally. It's flatter off the runway, I know. Strange world. I've also got a tricycle base because I needed the part count to get the struts in. Sadly, it doesn't take off quite as fast as I'd like. Ugh. Anyway, we're going to head north. We're going to try and get ourselves some whoop, crew reports. Whoa. Bit touchy. So, I'm not looking forward to having to put this thing down, but I feel we should be okay-ish. My only concern is that the speed at which we put down might be a bit too fast. But we'll see. Anyway, we're going to go cruise about, 5k? I mean, that seems to be the best height for the basic engine. I don't think we're going to get particularly fast with 1 engine in this many cockpits, but we'll see. The plan is to go put down last of all. And hopefully with enough fuel to get back, although I'm actually doubting, of only 6 fuel segments, I am doubting the ability to get back. If we can't get back, very well, I'll take the hit. Right, I'll be happy to take the hit in exchange for all of the stuff we will have got. There's almost, 130 grand to be made here, so I will call it worthwhile. So, future me here, we're just flying over to the point. It's kind of a long and pretty boring journey. I mean, we're going fairly far around the globe. Currently doing this at about 16 times speed, and then we'll drop down to a few lower numbers when we'll get closer, but generally it's just a kind of a long, boring flight. So, future me is going to babble on for a little bit. What do you do when you've got a really long flight or something in KSP and you've just got to sit through it? Normally I'd have Netflix open, but I can't when I'm recording, because otherwise you'll get all the audio, and you don't really want to hear Spartacus complaining about how terrible his life is at 4 times speed or whatever. That was our first science, by the way, that I just managed to get Or at least tried to get, and I completely failed because it was like shore or something. But anyway, this is our first actual location. Bam. But yeah, no, I can't watch Netflix when I'm recording, which is a shame. So instead I read stuff, and today I was reading a legal judgment. Yeah, I know, I have strange hobbies. I read legal judgments for fun. This is one from 1984. It was a family court judgment about who should get the kids in this divorce case between a male Scientologist and a female ex-Scientologist. Now, they got the second point, Manly's jest. And it's kind of interesting because back in those days, like, people didn't know the Scientologists that as crazy. They thought they were a bit dodgy, but they didn't have, like, the internet to tell them all these things, right? Internet's great for information dissemination, also misinformation dissemination. But they didn't know, like, all the stuff. And it was kind of interesting reading it. Like, there's so many things. Like, they intimidated a witness or something. They did some weird funding. They did dodgy things, and they went through the list of, like, the brainwashing techniques and so on. And the guy was like, ooh, there we go, that's our third point. So now we're just going to go find our place for landing. But yeah, anyway. The guy was like, right, okay, normally there's no compelling reason to move children if they're happy-ish where they are, and, you know, there's not, like, a desperate reason, like, you don't want to keep moving kids around. That's not very good for them. So, unless there's a compelling reason, I would be inclined to leave them with father. And then they went through all the Scientologist evidence, and they were like, yeah, no, they're going to be moved. It's kind of interesting. I find it interesting reading. Like, I might put the link below if anyone else is interested. It's not that long. I think, what was it? Judged lately or something? Anyway, but yeah, right. Anyway, back to the flying. Sorry for that kind of weird tangent. I have harder hobbies. Hey. But yeah, we can see the ground because we've got the Ambient Light mod on, which means you can see the video, because otherwise YouTube, like, compression crushes it and destroys it. It's like, dark, make it darker. It is really helping me for the landing, but mainly have it for YouTube. Totally. If you're actually, like, a normal person, I'd recommend Planet Shine, because Planet Shine takes, like, the ambient color of the planet and then reflects it, and you get this ambient lighting effect. Like, above Jewel, you get this nice green tint. Above Eve, you get a nice purplish tint. I'd love Planet Shine, but for YouTube video, I go for Ambient Light, so you can actually see what's happening. So for, like, a night vision mode. I just assume all my Kerbals have got, like, really good night vision. Which you'd assume if they were actually, you know, like, brought up in tunnels and stuff, like people suggest they live under the ground, but I don't know. I don't think it's the case, considering you can't see very well. Either that or you're like a human just sitting over their shoulder. Anyway, let's go back to past me now and find a landing site. Whoa, more throttle. We're losing airspeed. Alright, now we're losing height, so I can actually get airspeed back. We need to make it over this hill, though. Come on, we need to get over the hill. Over the hill and far away. Today's motto. Right, there we go, over the hill. Oh, it's a little bit bumpy. It's a little bit bumpy. Right, okay, this is flat. Oh, bit of hard landing, but we are landed. We are down. Oh, this bump could kill us. Oh, brakes. Brakes. Braking. It's too bumpy. It's too bumpy. I don't know if we're going to hold it. We might lose a tail here. If we lose a tail, we'll just walk a Kerbal over. But we could lose a cockpit if we're not careful, so I'm just trying to... Oh, get her down to speed. Get her down to speed. Come on. How are we back to Sandwich? It's one of those missions. The payout is worth it, by the way. The payout is completely worth it. We get more money from this than we do from going to the moon and back. I think. And it's a lot cheaper for us. I mean, in terms of our airspace, like, you know, we've got Space Tank Hangar, Tier 1. Runway, Tier 1. It's all Tier 1. Hello, mummy. Right, who's in here? Wish I could, like, right-click and it would tell me. IVA. No. It's not you. So it's not Bob. It's not Bill. By the way, I love these interiors. And look, I've got, like, a gun sight and everything. Oh, wait. Was it Bob? It is Bob! Okay, so... wait, no. It is... Jeb. It's Jeb. I swear it's Jeb. Let's do an EVA. Yeah! Keep data! Yes! Got the reward! Mission complete. Nah, I can't be bothered flying home. I'll be completely honest. I know it's wasteful. I know, we went to large, extremes to get ourselves here with plenty of fuel remaining. Yes, we've got enough fuel to get home. We've got, more than 50%, and we did some flying around. We've got plenty to get home. I think we would get home and we'd actually have, a decent margin spare, especially as we get lighter. That said, I'm incredibly lazy, so recover vessel. But hey, 30-part vessel, 4 people, there, and we could have got back again. I'd say that's a success. Nice. Okay, we need about 80k to upgrade the building, and then we need a little bit margin on top of that to be able to make more money. So, I'd say that went well. We just got to find that next... test launch escape system. Sure, let's test that next. Okay, so we're going to be testing out this thing up top. Launch escape system needs testing, but I also accepted another contract, which was to test these little engines on the side that I've managed to get. So, since they're landed, sure, there isn't really a downside for me since I'm testing them landed and we'll be launching them as our first stage. So, suits me. Let's go for it. Done. It was that simple. Now we need to get to over 16k with a speed of 500 to 900, which shouldn't be too hard. Up, 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 and away we go! There we go. Throttle down. Test. That ejected its parachutes. It should go to the ground safely. I'm spinning around. Get out of my way. And Jeb is happy. That's another successful mission. I guess we'll go find some more contracts to do, because this mission, this episode, is all about grinding dem monies. I need that cheddar, yo. I can speak the lingo. Hello! Okay, so we have 2 new missions. We have measure the temperature of several places. Unfortunately, these are on the other side of the planet. And also test a stack decoupler. So, you take off. Oh my god, that's a bumpy runway. It's actually dangerous. Take off. Fly to the other side of the world. Get temperature readings. Probably want to fly back, so put down wherever you can. Recover vessel. Will of money. We can go to the moon. I just want to go to the moon! I just want to go to the moon! Just a flyby. Just a flyby would be nice. We can land if we want to. Ooh. Temperature scan while flying over Kerbin's water. The air seems to be cooled by the water and the temperature is lower here. I think it said lower that average, if I recall correctly. It should be lower than, but anyway. We've got 6 thermometers now, so, 3 spare in case we get to do any science, which I'd like. Doing science is cool. People should like doing science. If I reduce the thrust, by the way, I've just reduced the thrust to 84%. We haven't dropped our Mach number at all. There we go. We've dropped 0.01. I think that's worth it. Because as soon as you hit the sound barrier, you really do get a lot of resistance. I guess we're just going to be speeding up now. Which, I guess, means it's future me again. So, we're actually going at 32 times speed at the moment. We're going half around the planet. Yeah, you can't really blame me. 32 times speed. I'm not going to slow down for actually hitting the points that we fly around in midair. I know you're kind of missing out on we collected the data, but it literally, we fly through, I hit right-click on the temperature thing. The landing is the interesting part, right? The landing is the interesting part. Landing on bumpy terrain that looks like it might be sort of semi-mountainous at that point, and trying to get this tiny little wheelbase down. It's going to be interesting. I'm not entirely convinced it's going to be, the easiest landing, but hey, small craft at least. Won't be terrible. Hopefully we'll be able to land and lose most of our speed. But this pays well enough that I am perfectly happy to risk it. Perfectly happy to risk it. It pays so well. But back to pass me. Okay, coming into land. This is going to be fun. We don't have the massive wheelbase on this one, so we're going to have to be a little bit gentle. We're also going way too fast. We need to burn off like another 100 meters per second, so let's burn that off. Height of about 100 meters and dropping, which is fine. We're dropping our speed, dropping our speed, dropping our speed. Drop a bit more speed, come on. Don't really want to be going at 0.3 times speed of sound when we hit the ground. Uh-oh, that's a horizon. Up, up. We're good. 100 meters per second. Possible. Possible. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, gotcha! Alright, let's start braking. I'm just a little bit concerned. Oh. A bit concerned. Come on! Get us down below this sort of takeoff speed every time we go over a bump. Like this hill ahead. If we hit this hill, we're going up. Up, 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 up. Now come back down. Alright, slow down. Slow down. Come on. Slow down. This plane does like to take off, but I think we're good. Come on. Oh. So yeah, we need kind of a long runway. Air brakes in future. Air brakes. Or just better brakes. But we've succeeded. Yay! It needed to be done. We should have enough money now. We might be able to go to orbit. Woohoo! Please tell me we can go to orbit. Yes! More science! Let's grab some of these spent stages. Okay, cool. Contract complete. Contract complete. Contract complete. Contract complete. Completed. Yeah, okay, cool. Fly by the moon. I like it. There's another temperature scan one. Oh dear. I mean, if it's nearby, it'd be tempting. Where are you? Because right now, we've only got 30 grand after we upgrade. Oh, really nearby? 1, 2... Are these landed? Are these landed temperatures it's asking for? On the surface. On the surface. And, alright, 2 surface ones. Okay. Area and area. Was one of those in the water? No, these are the... Okay, so we just have to land, do those 2, and do these 2? We can do that. We already have a plane designed for that. That's nearby. That is actually really nearby. That'll be much quicker. And if I upgrade this, you'll notice that I don't have much cash left. So we got 35 grand. I don't think that's enough to go to... Well, it's enough for one rocket. But if the rocket screws up, or if we need to test the rocket or anything, we need more cash. So I will do this mission just for the cash float, because it's a good cash float, right? It's nearby. If it wasn't nearby, I wouldn't do it. But it's going to net us, what, like 115 grand or something? Off the top of my head. Worthwhile. I mean, significant prestige as well. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Okay, same again. Away we go. Right, we'll do the flying ones first, and then we'll do the taxiing ones last. Seems to be the most sensible plan. We're taking off. Sweet. Should put fine controls on. I think I can fall out of the air with fine controls on, but you never know. I really would not like to hit the Space Center. That would be very expensive. That's one thing I really do fear right now. Hitting the Space Center and having to rebuild it. We just wouldn't have the cash. That would be game over, like. Rebuilding that would be pretty disastrous. Now, of course, someone out there is probably going, "Well, why don't you use the ability to turn things in? What are they called? I forget. There are things that are called things that allow you to like transform science into money, and money into reputation, etc. Those sort of things. The reason I'm not doing that is because I actually want the science. I mean, I could turn rep into money, but it doesn't do very much. Honestly, I'm perfectly fine doing these contracts because the way I'm getting money isn't through accumulating other stuff. It is just going for the contracts that are high profile. And I can fulfill these temperature ones. They're just a bit time consuming. So, I'll stick with the temperature ones for now. But we're going to go to, Moon. Next episode. That Moon right there. That Moon. We're coming for you, Moon. This is pretty much the story of the episode. Moon, we're coming for you. Don't hit that bump. Oh, there we go. Right, let's put down. Braking. Oh, come on, brake more. Brake more. In fact, we're coming, off of contact with the ground every second. Doesn't help. Oh, careful. Don't tip over. Turning around. Come on. Somewhere over here there is the direction we're meant to be headed. I can't find it for the life of me. I think it's slightly more to the left. There we go. Hello there. We are coming for you. Thrust limit. There we go. 10. Let's give her a little bit of welly. It's going to take us a while to get there. On we go. We could take it back to KSC. It's very tempting to take this plane back to KSC. We're so close. But I'm really lazy, and we'll have plenty of money after this. For a while, until we need to upgrade, say, the spaceplane hangar, or the runway, or the administration's office, or the astronaut oh my god, there's so many things to upload. And the science, oh no, that's going to be really... R&D. R&D costs a lot. R&D costs almost $1 million. I think R&D costs 900,000. I'm not looking forward to having to upgrade that. I mean, it's hard enough to upgrade the bloody vehicle assembly building. Upgrading the research tree. You can't have more than 100 research in your stockpile, I think it is, at any one time. Or you can't spend more than 100. I think it's you can't have more than 100. Which means we're going to have to come back with very limited amounts of science. And then carefully laid them out. It's not going to be fun. No. Right, we're getting near the sea now. Got to start, a little bit of gentle braking. Probably be at location in a second. But there's a slope coming, so I've got to be extra cautious. Don't want to end up rolling into the sea. That would be disastrous. You never know, we might survive, but be a little bit of a waste of most of the ship. I wonder if I'm actually in the air, I just haven't noticed. Does seem like we must be really close now. There we go. We are now in the area. Kerbin's Tundra. This is Kerbin's Tundra? We're on the equator. I think the biomes might be wrong. I will take it though. Keep data. Let's get an EVA report. We're flying over Kerbin's Tundra. Cool. We'll store that experiment. EVA report again. We'll take that one. We'll grab. We'll board. Did we get all of the... Yeah, we got all of them. I'm lazy. I'm a terrible, terrible person. We could just go straight back there, but I'm incredibly lazy, and we got a lot of money. I think I deserve to treat myself, and we will treat ourselves by not bothering to fly back. There we go. 15 science, which isn't bad. And we've now got 163,000 funds. Next time, we go to the moon! 1.7 million to upgrade the vehicle assembly building again. There we go. See, 902. First tier. Science building. Launch pad over $500,000. Tracking 300,000. Astronaut complex 150. It's actually within our budget, but then we won't be able to do anything. Kerbals can perform EVAs? That'd be great for science, by the way. The science would be really good from that. What about this one? I don't care about strategies. That's the last thing I'm going to upgrade. What about this? More contracts. More contracts I could get, right? But that'll be next time. I've been EnterElysium. I enjoyed today's episode, mostly getting about money and stuff. But now we have the money, we can go into space proper. But until next time, if you've liked, remember to like, not subscribe, please consider subscribing, and stay shiny.